Very happy. It looks really fun.
Right, let's focus a bit more on the weather, shall we? Pretty good today, not so good tomorrow.
It really isn't looking very nice tomorrow. We've got a triple threat. It's going to be wet, it's going to be very windy, and also it is going to feel very cold. So not the best of days to be out and about. And temperature-wise, we're expecting maximums of only 6 degrees, so quite a bit cooler than the average for the time of year, which would be more like 13. And not only is that the case, but it's going to feel even colder. It will feel more like freezing or even below that. And the reason for that is all to do with the wind chill. So on a calmer day, we have an insulating layer of air around our skin that keeps us warm, but the wind can blow this layer away so we feel colder, and the windier it is, we of course feel even colder. And tomorrow it is very windy. We've got strong force 7 winds forecast, possibly even gale force 8 at times, so there is an orange wind warning in place. Definitely a day to cosy up indoors if you can.
And Lily, parts of the UK have actually seen snow in the last few days. Do we have any chance of seeing that here?
Well, at the moment, it is looking like we'll have a lot of wet weather that could turn to sleet for a time. And Jersey Met saying there's a small chance we could see some snow, but we're not predicting significant amounts. And if it does hit us, it's not expected to last for too long. But just in case you're wondering, what is snow and what is the difference between that and sleet? I've got some explainers for you here. So the reason that we get snow is when water vapour in the air freezes to form ice crystals. These stick together and they make those snowflake shapes that we're familiar with. As these get heavier, they then can fall to the ground, and we tend to only get snow when temperatures are below 2 degrees, so it's cold enough for this to take place. Meanwhile, sleet, on the other hand, is basically snow that's partially melted. So this happens as the snow is falling through the atmosphere. It can pass through a warmer layer of air that will slightly melt the snow. It then cools a bit as it approaches the ground, but we do get that kind of slushy stuff. So it's not quite rain, it's not quite snow, it's somewhere in between, and it can be quite slippy. So if we have got some sleet tomorrow, do take care if you are walking out and about. And it definitely is a day to wrap up warm with the blustery winds as well. But here's all the details now with your forecast. Well, there were a few showers around today, but much calmer winds, and actually not too bad for the most part. We had some bluer skies and some sunshine. Hopefully you made the most of those conditions, because it is deteriorating tomorrow, looking very wet with strong winds up to a force 7 and also feeling very cold. Now back to you tonight. Things will start off fairly calm. We've got clear skies and light winds, but then they'll start to ramp up. We'll see cloud moving in, some of this wet weather, and it will be feeling very chilly to set the theme for tomorrow, with minimum temperatures of 3 to 5 degrees and the risk of a ground frost. Now first thing tomorrow, there could be some mist and fog, but it shouldn't be too long lasting or expected to cause much travel disruption. What is a persistent feature is this wet weather, heavy rain up to 20 millimetres possible tomorrow, and there may well be some sleet in the mix as well, possibly some small accumulations of snow, but we aren't expecting big amounts or for that to stick around for too long. If it does fall, the winds are going to be very strong, as I said, up to a force 7, possibly even a gale force 8 at times, coming from an easterly direction, and quite chilly tomorrow, maximum temperatures of 6 to 7 degrees, but with those strong winds feeling even colder, more like freezing. So definitely a day to wrap up warm, as it will be biting outside. Let's get the times of high water then, between 9:30 in the morning and 10:30, later on between 10:15 and around 11 p.m, with the sea temperature just below 14 degrees. So moving through the week, it is staying rather unsettled, grey and windy. The odd bright spell here and there, but some showers, and then again on Saturday, low pressure moves in, meaning it's going to be windy and wet, and we can see a rather unsettled theme on the outlook here.